Hello, so I have been practicing my embroidery techniques on baby grow, and the first stitch I'm going to demonstrate is going to be a closed blanket stitch. So that's the first one on there. I've picked two different types of threads because I'm going to practice two different types of hand embroidery stitch to begin with. Okay, so you want to get some nice embroidery thread, any colour that you like, and an embroidery needle. And thread your needle. And then I'm just going to move the camera so you can see properly. And then I'm going to start off your embroidery. So to begin with, you're just going to do a running stitch. And I'm going to do that about 2 centimetres down from the edge of the collar on this baby grow. So make sure you've tied a knot on the end of your thread. And then you're going to go in. So to do my running stitch, I'm literally just going to come in from the back, so your knot's on the inside of the garment or the piece of cloth, anything that you're practicing on. And then going to do a running stitch. You want to make sure it's as even as you possibly can get apart. So in, out, in, out. Just keep following this line. It's really easy on this baby grow because obviously you've got the stitch line of the collar already to follow. But maybe if you're just practicing on a piece of fabric, you might want to draw a line in pencil or tailor's chalk. You know. Pull that through. Just make sure you're never going to pull too tight and ruche your fabric up. Like I said, try and get those stitches as even as possible. So on each side, the under and the over. It's going to make your embroidery a lot neater. So I stitched all the way along the edge of that collar in a nice straight line. You can see that. So that's the running stitch. And then you're going to take your thread back around. So you want to go back into the inside of your fabric. So just push your needle through. And then I'm going to come back on myself, but following this line, in between each stitch, I'm going to come back here, in between the other edge of the stitch, and thread, take my thread through this running stitch that we've already laid. You can go up, through there, back round and under the stitch next to it, and then you're going to go back into the fabric right next to where you came through. If you see, it's when you pull through, it's caught between those two running stitches that you did, and you just continue to do those. So you come back in between, parallel to the running stitch, and then under this stitch, and you just continue all the way around. Back in on itself. You start to build up a pattern, and it's such a nice way. You can just take like second-hand clothes and embellish it, or obviously these baby grows are so cheap, buy them packs of 3 for like £2, and they make such nice presents. Or if you get really good and quick, you'll be able to sell these and make quite a lot of money actually. And actually it's so relaxing if you can just sit in front of the telly and do that, or in the park. See a really beautiful stitch. And obviously when you first start off, it's going to take you a while to get quick, but the more you do something, the quicker you get, and you get into a rhythm with it. quite quickly going to build up a pattern. Like I said before, make sure you never ever pull your strings too tight because it'll make the fabric ruche up, so you just want to make sure that it's always flat, no ruching. So you're just going to continue round until you get to the other side.